The tide comes in, pulls some sand back into the ocean. The land is lost, another fight it cannot win. The cycle begins. Clouds come in, turn from white to gray, then fade to nothing. They fall down to the ground just to be reborn again. The cycle begins.
Why did you want to take part in such a large project?
Initially, one of my main motivators to audition for the project was the fact that the project was paid, and as a student in their last year before going to university, this is obviously very appealing to me. But while I am shallow in the sense of my poor financial management, I can honestly say that I just love being in larger casts. In fact, I find that I greatly prefer it. At school, the productions comprise of roughly 30 actors each year, and while of course we're all students between the ages of 11 and 18, there's a real sense of community and teamwork between us all, as we work for months and months and months on end to fashion something that is entirely our own. I just find that larger projects give more scope to what's being created, and with a near excess of such interesting characters, like in the Purgatorians, the plotlines just become interwoven entirely, and that much more exciting to watch unravel.
I wanted to take part in a project like this because I think it's got a lot of potential to get really, really big, kind of a cult following at first, maybe, even if it stays kind of cult, I would like that, because some of my favorite things are like these really ambitious projects that get all this love poured into them and all this effort. That's what Paul's doing, He's putting so much effort into this, and that's really dangerous to do, and you've got to have confidence in your project to do that, and I really admire that. I mean, hell, half the stuff I do, I just drop it halfway through, which is really a bad habit of mine, but I think that the drive required to do such a big project like this, and the community that's going to be forged between the actors, the single writer, who's also the director, etc., as I said before. I think that the sort of camaraderie that's going to be had between the cast members and Paul is going to be a really great thing to be a part of. I always love these voice projects that turn into these big, fun group endeavors, and I think I'm just going to have a hell of a lot of fun with it. That's why I want to be on board with this.
Well, I really just like helping out projects that I think I might be a good fit for, and with this one, honestly, it didn't dawn on me just how big of a project it was. Even though I was scrolling through the many characters looking for the one or two that I thought I might be able to try out for. It really wasn't until I started getting the scripts that I realized this is just a little bit bigger than I thought it was.
I wanted to take part in such a large project because I like being part of a team that's working toward a goal. I like to be part of the creative process, working with others, and everybody's on the same page trying to accomplish something. And when you work together, there's camaraderie, and I really appreciate that. And when we create something together as a team, it's very fulfilling.
I just thought it would be something really fun to do. I'm not sure what else to say other than that. It's always fun working with a group of people who share a common interest as you, and coming together to create something really awesome and that you care really deeply about. And it's super fun to do, just working with other people who share a common interest, such as voice acting. Not only are they just your quote-unquote co-workers, but they can be your friends as well. You might create something together, you could try to find other voice actors for your story, for your audiobook, for your animation, for whatever the need might be. And then those voice actors meet together and become best friends, and they might have ideas, and it's just this huge cycle of creativeness, of awesomeness, and just people working together and having fun.
Well, with large projects come a really small community of the people who are actually working on it. And in that small community, there tends to be a lot of support. There's just so much experience, and there's just so many ways to meet people and get lifelong contacts and friends. And projects like this really pay off, if not just for the result, but just the connections you get to make with others and your audience, of course.
And I don't know why this sand keeps slipping through my fingers. And I don't know why the clouds, they always seem to linger. All I know is when it's your time to go, you go. Yeah, what I found, no coming back around. People come and people go, so we're told. I should have known. But when you're young, you think that some are invincible. The cycle begins.